Hey guys, it's me, Jess. I'm back. I'm just here today, and I'm gonna talk about positive things that have helped me cope over the years with my mental illness. And yeah, I'm gonna do my top five, and I'll kind of maybe talk about them a bit, and then I'll like list a bunch of like other ones that have helped. So, because there's like a lot that I've gathered over the years. As time goes on, you get more and more, and then you kind of pick and choose the ones that you like that work the most for you, and then sometimes some that you don't use so often work better in certain situations and stuff. So I kind of like, yeah. So positive things that help me cope. Like if I'm stressed, or I can feel I'm getting anxious, or my mood shifting, or I'm getting angry, or any kind of my emotions are getting higher on anything. So kind of things I do. And number five is I walk my dog, or I go for a walk. Sometimes I go for a walk in nature if nature's nearby. That kind of helps me a lot. Connecting with nature and being around nature and the creation. Just getting out, just like changing where I am, sometimes helps a lot. Sometimes there's a coffee shop by my place that sometimes I go to and just have a coffee and read. Sometimes I just need to do that and just change it up, and change the pattern and the thinking, because your thinking gets stuck in a certain way, and just to change up your environment. And sometimes it's nice too if you live with people to kind of get away for a bit and kind of regenerate yourself, and get back into the mode again too. But I walk the dog. Like, I have a dog, and it's been like amazing help. And sometimes I walk my dog and stuff too. So that's always an option. Except in the winter, he doesn't do well in the winter. Poor little guy. Anyways, four, I call a friend. I call someone. I'll either call someone and talk about what's going on and maybe get advice, or just talk about what's going on, or I'll call someone and just not talk about at all what's going on, but just talk about something that they're going through, or just try to get my mind off myself or anything. Sometimes I'll start sending messages out to people who I know are having hard times, and kind of get my mind off, and listen to what's going on with them, or or I put out like positive messages to people or anything like that, and kind of refocus to things like that, and just kind of think about someone else, and maybe what they need or something. So, and that is really difficult for me to do sometimes, but I'm working on it. So it's difficult for us when we are not doing well and we're in states that are so negative to get out of ourselves like that. But I know I am pushing to try and do that more and more each day. It's my goal each day. So to get to a better place where not everything is about my problems, because yeah, we tend to do that sometimes when we're not well with mental illness. So three, journal. Journaling has helped me so much. Has helped me so much. I can get my feelings and my thoughts out. I do have to say though that I learned from journaling that not too much negative or really getting into like angry thoughts or anything. I've gone there before, and it's just like it gets more angry and more angry. But I more journal for like to kind of see if I could kind of get a different perspective from what I'm thinking, and kind of think about my part in things, for situations, or logically just think things out, because sometimes in my head it just like twirls around and I can't figure things out. And sometimes if I simply just journal and write it down, like, okay, this is a situation, this is how I feel, or sometimes it just makes me think back to like previous situations, like how I've dealt with it, and stuff like that. So it just helps me logically think through situations or how I feel or anything like that. Also, journaling is really great for figuring out what's right for you. you know, whatever situation it is. I've discovered things that are right for me. Um, you know, I've just discovered a lot. Yeah, so two not medication, meditation, prayer, or a connection to high power, or some kind of something like that. It doesn't have to be Pacific. It doesn't have to be religion. It doesn't have to be anything. It just has to be something that is special to you, that gives you strength. It's just simply reaching out for strength to something that's going to help you through that moment, that day, that whatever it is you're trying to get through. It's just the strength. It's the whole purpose is to gather strength. I know sometimes I get strength from loved ones who are gone. My best friend passed away a couple of years ago, and I use her for strength still, and I still have a relationship with her. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a god or anything like that, but it's just connecting and just asking for strength. Or meditation. Sometimes meditation can completely take me. I can be in a state where I'm like really angry, and if I can get myself to sit down and, you know, sit down and meditate, I can get my head and I can get my body and then I can get my body to relax, and then usually followed my head, and then if it's like a fight I've had or a situation, then I can start to think properly about the situation rather than think and make decisions and actions on how I'm feeling with my emotion. So that's something that's kind of helped me. I haven't used it too much lately, but I should. But it's just getting your body relaxed, so then you can kind of get your mind relaxed so you can think straight. So, and I do prayer meditation throughout the day. I do typically have a time in the morning where I sit down and I just focus on what I'm doing that day and connect with my higher powers, my God, my creator, the thing that I understand. And I just focus on the day and what I need to do for that day, and just ask for strength and help and guidance. And I'm just try to connect as much as I can throughout the day, and thanking that connection all the time for things, and gratitude is so helpful. Just giving as much gratitude as you can is really good too. So my number one thing is a bath. I love baths. I seriously sometimes can take them like every night. Like, I just absolutely love baths. I feel so refreshed physically, mentally, spiritually by having a bath. I just I just feel so refreshed. It's the water, it's the cleansing. It just feels so good, just like when we have a shower. Or nothing like a shower when you haven't showered for a couple days and you have a nice shower and you're like, oh. But yeah, yeah, baths so helpful. And with baths, you can kind of throw in Epsom salts, and you can throw in a bunch of stuff. You can put oils, you could put even crystals. For people who do that kind of stuff, I've done that before, and kind of cleanse yourself spiritually and energy and mentally and emotionally, as well as physically. So it kind of hits all the kind of aspects there. So that's why I like it so much, and it feels nice, and it's my time to just chill. I have in the bath watched like Netflix and stuff before, and like stuff like that, but if I'm really like, that's just if I'm just having a bath because I feel like it. If I'm not feeling the greatest emotionally, then I'll usually have a quiet time and meditation time in the bath. So those are like my 5 top things that I would say, my 5 top things that help. I can just list a few things that I do currently that kind of help me. Yeah, so just so if throw out some ideas there for you or whatever helps. Sometimes just games on my phone can kind of get my mind distracted or keep me busy, and then I'm focusing on that rather than my head. Reading, I've actually, like, in the past, like, when I've had really deep depressions, but I've still been able to read, which was such a blessing. because I can't always read when I'm mentally not well. I've just sat there and read and read and read, and I wasn't doing much with my life, but I was also fighting for my life. Like, I was really suicidal and I was fighting for my life, and but the books just totally gave me somewhere to go and something to look forward to, and I just like the storylines and stuff, and I just got lost in books for like a year almost. I was like so unwell mentally. I was just reading all the time, and it was so helpful. And like, I don't know what I would have done if I couldn't concentrate, and I didn't. The reading got me through, like, for sure, like with a number of things, but reading was like, so reading can definitely be an escape, and it can, right now in my life, it's just, if I sit down and read in front of the fire, it's just such a relaxing, rewarding thing for me, and it's so nice. It's just so nice. So, but I've used reading for like to cope big time with depression and stuff. Crafting. Sometimes I like. I'll go to the dollar store and I'll be like, okay, I need to keep myself busy. I need to get busy. I need to start something, and I'll just get stuff from the dollar store. We have the dollar store in Canada. I think you guys have different stuff in the States, but I just like get like a bunch of stuff from the dollar store and just anything, and I let my mind be creative, and I just get busy with it. Even if it is just painting, simply painting something from the dollar store. I know they have those boxes, and like, you can just paint them or like whatever. So I've collected like a bunch of craft stuff over the last year, and I keep collecting it, and I'll go through phases where like, crafts is helping me. I feel I'm going to put my energy into crafts, and then, I've, not done them for a while, and stuff like that. So anyways, my battery's actually gonna die soon. So calling a friend, calling a crisis center. I do that if I really need to. It's great to have a lot of friends, but sometimes I need someone trained to work through some of my suicidal stuff and my self-harm stuff, and that's okay. So I sage, I use crystals. Music and dancing is great. It can really uplift your mood. Just be careful for those who are bipolar. I know sometimes for us, if we get too into it, we can start triggering ourselves into like hypomania and stuff. So just be careful of that. Sometimes I clean, and I get super busy with cleaning and organizing. Sometimes I'll just, like, if I'm having a bad day and I need something to do and something that'll make me feel good about myself, I'll go to the store and get stuff to cook, and I'll make a nice meal for myself, and then I feel good, and it keeps me busy and occupied, and it's healing and cleansing to myself. Yeah, so painting, like I said, I get stuff like that at the dollar store. The coloring books are great. Affirmations and gratitude, just writing gratitude, and I think I'm going to talk about this in another video, but making a video and listing all the things and all the people who care about you and all the things you care about and that you would miss if you weren't here, and stuff like that. So anyways, that's kind of it. If you want details on other stuff, or if you have questions, concerns, comments, or ideas for other videos or anything like that, please put it in the comments. Feel free to comment all you want. And with that, I am sending positive vibes to you guys, and I really, you guys are gonna have a good day. You're having a good day. Okay, bye.